And we are live. We'll wait for some people to join, and we'll get started. Alright. Just gonna quickly wipe down my cutting board. And wipe down all this down. Hello, how's everyone doing? First, awesome. Okay, today we're making one of my favorite foods of all time. We're making salmon nigiri. So we got a whole fillet of salmon here. Hello, hey everybody, how's everyone doing? So we have this whole fillet of salmon. It's sashimi grade, so it's perfect for this. And what we're gonna go ahead and do is open it. We will slice it. I have some sushi rice here. Ooh, that's hot. Okay, that's hot. Okay. And yeah. Hello, how's everyone doing? Okay. Hope everyone's having a fantastic day. You're at boiling crab. Awesome. So we'll go ahead and start by cutting this off right here. And I think we can just take a knife. Sharp enough knife. I'm just gonna cut that without damaging the salmon itself. We'll open this up like so. I'm kind of testing out this recipe, so it's not really a recipe. This is more about technique than it is recipe-wise. It's just fish and rice, okay? So you don't need much of a recipe. It smells fresh. It smells really fresh, actually. Okay, just pat this dry. I'm gonna go ahead and remove it from the board here. Okay. Just getting into that, like, not slimy, but like that salmon juice that's been accumulating in that vacuum seal bag. We'll just pat that off. You'll see that the salmon, hold it up closer, has some like discoloration in the center. That's fine. We'll go ahead and cut that off, which just needs a little bit of knife skills and trim work. But all right, let's get started. Got a very special knife for this. Usually you would use this just a sashimi knife, but we got a Ken knife. They're like multi-purpose, right? So yeah, they're like American style Japanese knives. And they're awesome. So yeah, highly recommend. You guys can find them in my link tree. Pretty sure. Got a link there. Okay. Had it dry. Need that salmon juice off. I'm gonna move it here. Actually gonna work with this side. And I'll be very, very delicate with it. I'm gonna start by cutting off the tail end. And it's just like the very pointy end. Let's move the camera a little bit. Just this end right here. So I'll cut it around right here. And this is good for like just roasting, not roasting, pan frying. You can use it for any other stuff. I wouldn't use it for sashimi necessarily. And we got this flappy end here. So I'm just gonna make a nice, I'm gonna turn it so you guys can see it. Got this flappy end, okay. But first, I'm gonna start by just cutting straight in half. Yeah, straight in half. Like so. Point it down more so you guys can see it. And let me know if you guys have any questions. Love the content. Thank you so much. Okay. I'm gonna use this piece for now. Set the other piece off the side. Here, this piece, you'll see some salmon have like this really, I would say this is more towards the belly area, but it's super thin. Not really good for nigiri. You can put it in like a salmon crispy rice tuna, or crispy rice salmon, or spicy salmon rolls maybe. Yeah, just gonna cut that off. It's really good. It's not a fat, nice fat. Okay, now you see the discoloration here. Should be fine. What we're gonna do is we're gonna cut it. We want a nice block, okay? So what I'm gonna do, there's a line right here, so I'm gonna cut it right there. This is like more towards the belly, and you know it's more towards the belly because it has a lot more of that nice fatty fish. So we'll set that off aside. Okay, here I'm gonna go ahead and trim off a little bit, not too much. Kind of gotta see here, we want a nice piece, so maybe this end piece right here that's a little bit thinner. Ooh, that was okay. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, now what I want to do is I'm gonna bring it back down like so. And you really want to get rid of all this discoloration. Like so. And it's not really discoloration. This part's just the part that's closer to the skin. So it's gonna have more of that color. It's also a little bit oxidized, so should be fine. And most sushi restaurants just go ahead and cut it off. You don't want to cut off too much of the salmon, so you got to be super careful here. See, little to no waste right there. And I'm just gonna go ahead and just trim it off like so. And this is good to trim off too because it's also gonna have the texture of the vacuum seal bag. So you wanna be careful there, not to trim off too much. This is just to expose the nice orange, pinkish salmon meat that we all know and love in sushi. Okay. Trim this piece off. Again, little to no waste. And use a sharper knife to kind of get through. Sorry if I'm not reading the comments, but I will get to reading them soon. Just want to make sure trim off a lot of this not so desirable area. Yeah. Don't want to butcher the salmon either. Alright, looks like we got it. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna cut that in half. I'm gonna cut this down here like so. Cut it like so. Cut it. Trim any of this like unwanted area. Situation. Okay. And then just so we have a quick little taste of how the fish actually is in quality, just like quality control, you want to slice against the grain at an angle. Okay. Gotta piece like this. Not too thick, not too thin. Cheers. Okay. That is amazing. You really taste the freshness in there. So yeah. Alright. Perfectly cooked rice. This is short grain rice. Absolutely amazing. So, what we're gonna do, rice vinegar. Smells delicious. Okay. I'm just gonna put a whole bunch of there. Okay. Use your eyes to measure. I don't really have measurements for this. So, yeah. Don't really got measurements, but we'll just start by breaking up the rice. Not actually like chopping it, but kind of like, scraping it and mixing it together. Let's see some comments here. Hello. So salmon, I would recommend, if you're buying it at just a regular grocery store, get the sashimi grade. And yeah, you really want to make sure it's the freshest and high quality because you're eating it raw, so yeah. I wouldn't recommend eating it too often, just because, it is still raw fish. So, mix that around. And then, what I go ahead and do is I add some salt and some sugar. So, sugar just helps cut down that acidity. A little sprinkle of sugar there. You can also use brown sugar, maple sugar, but just white cane sugar works well for me. So that's what I'm using. Generous pinch of salt, and I would say a little bit more vinegar. Really want that acidity, that nice hint of sweetness, acidity, saltiness. It just makes a good sushi rice. And in my opinion, I think you should always try a good sushi before you actually try to make it at home, just so you have a feel for what you're trying to recreate. We'll taste test this. That's perfect. Okay. Now, back to the salmon. You're gonna keep the salmon as cold as possible, so that's why I'm moving a little bit fast. Salmon looks good, thanks. Making salmon nigiri, yeah. Okay. While we wait for our... Uh-oh. What's this? It's in the bottom of the rice pot. Okay. Let's get back to the salmon. It's my favorite dish to make. Anything with steak, really. Yeah. Really anything with steak. Chop that off. Just so it makes it a little bit easier for me to just shave the unwanted bits off. Okay. Now we're just gonna grab it like this. And so the grain goes this way, so we're gonna slice this way. The first slice isn't gonna be so good. That's like the chef's treat. And slice. Can you guys see it? I think you guys can see it, right? Yeah. This is like a great appetizer, or if you make enough, a good little, nice little dinner, maybe, instead of going to a sushi place. Let me know if you guys want more sushi recipes. Okay. Not the best, but, it's there. You want to cut at a diagonal, is what most people say. Okay. Now, our rice is still super warm. Usually you would want the rice to be cold, but it's fine. Now, To make sure that the rice does not stick onto your hand, I like to kind of wet my hands a little bit. And that really prevents the rice from really sticking to you, which is great. And that way, you know, your hands aren't covered in rice. But I'm kind of like press it like this, so you're gonna squeeze it with your hand like this and press it with your thumb at the same time. Move it around until you get a decent shape. Rinse off any rice that may have stick on. Now, wasabi. This isn't real wasabi. Real wasabi is expensive. So, yeah, we're just using the synthetic stuff. We're gonna put a little bit on there. The nicer side goes down. The other side gets kind of covered with the salmon. We're gonna press it again, form it. It's not perfect. First few aren't gonna be perfect, but you know, it's still good. Now, we're gonna grab a little plate where we can put our soy sauce and some soy sauce. You want to eat this immediately. That's why at high-end sushi bars or sushi places, you sit at the sushi bar, they give it to you, you know, quickly dip the fish side down, quickly one bite. Yep. That's good. Okay. Step. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you guys how to form a little bit more of them. Usually you would want the rice to cool down, just for time purposes. Kind of moving a little bit fast right now. But yeah, let's read some comments. Hey, what's up? What's my favorite dish to make? Something with steak, honestly. But yeah, that kind of. So, the rice, squeezing it together. You want your hands to be decently wet. Okay. Now, rice down. Okay. Rice is sticking to my hand. But, yeah. To prevent it from sticking, put some water on your hands. Okay. Got a piece of salmon. We just caught freshly. Gonna put a little bit of wasabi on there. Not too much, because it is green horseradish, really, but it will get, it's not gonna be pleasant if you eat a lot of it. So you definitely don't want to eat too much of it. Got a nice little area to put it here. I'm gonna go ahead and press it down and form nigiri, and we'll put it on our plate. And we'll keep doing that with a few more. So, grab our rice, kind of forming it off camera because remember your hands are going to be a little bit wet, so you're going to have like water. You kind of like press it together like that with your palm. With the other hand, press your thumb down. I just find that's the best way to do it. Okay? And then, as I said, usually you want to do this when the rice is, you want to season the rice when it's hot, but you want to form it when the rice is cold. Alright, dollop of wasabi on there. We'll do a few. We gotta do it fast. Sushi should be eaten fresh as soon as made. So, kind of working against the clock here. We'll do 3. Okay. We'll do 3. So, again, we'll form it like so. This time we didn't get so much rice stuck on our hands. Okay. Form it. Fish. Wasabi. Spread. On top. Like so. Form. There we go. So we got Uh-oh. Oh. Oh no. Okay, I caught it though. That was a little bit embarrassing, but oh well. Pretend like nothing happened. Okay, that's what we got. So, usually these are a little bit smaller than the one you get at a restaurant. So you dip it, one bite. That's good. So for the other fish that you're not currently using, I'm gonna put it back on the tray. I'm gonna pop it in our fridge because we don't want it to get too warm. We'll leave only the block that we're using. I'll be right back. We're gonna go ahead and put this in the fridge. That way it doesn't get bad. Okay, went ahead and put it in the fridge. And yeah, it's pretty good. Let's answer some comments. Those look great, thank you. Make beef Wellington. I've actually made beef Wellington twice. It's good. It's very tricky to make though. It's very tricky. Takes a lot of time to make, so definitely gonna make it someday. Just not currently. That looks good, thanks. Dip, if you want extra wasabi, you can put extra. It already has wasabi underneath, so. Have I ever made kimchi? Yeah, I have a video on it. I have a full-length video on my YouTube channel. So you guys can check it out there. Yeah, this is like a simple little recipe. I'll have a video on it soon. Let's try some grapefruit soda made in Mexico. That's like a nice pairing. But yeah, like the drink. Are these twist offs? I do not think these are twist offs. Alright, got it. I was kind of struggling, I was kind of scared. If I ever use truffles, not real truffles, I'll need like truffle oil products and stuff like that. Though, I would like to someday probably get some truffles. How old was I when I first started cooking? I started cooking like 4 years ago almost now. So, yeah. 3 or 4 years. Am I a tuna or a salmon guy? It depends. Like tuna is great, but I think for nigiri I prefer salmon because it has more fat. It's a little bit more flavorful and just overall great. Yeah. Have I made adobo? I have not. I would like to try it. It's my favorite dish to make. Anything with steak. Maybe like steak au poivre or something. I don't know. Awesome. You made a lot of foods. Did I eat? Awesome. Yeah. It's amazing to see that people are recreating these recipes, so awesome job. Thanks so much. Yeah, feel free to try these recipes out, guys. They're most of them are simple, and quite delicious. So, got a piece of salmon here. I don't have chopsticks. I'm sad. No chopsticks. Just gonna use these. Like, especially here, where it's more towards the salmon belly and it has a lot of fat. That's how you know the salmon is gonna be good. What's one of my favorite recipes that I would like to remake? There's so many of them, honestly. There's like a lot. What type of steak do I like? Ribeye, New York. So I did do the ribeye versus New York strip video, and I do prefer the ribeye, although you can get a choice grade ribeye for the same price as a prime New York strip, but ribeye has better flavor. Just that sometimes it depends, really. Sorry, but my favorite steak of all time has to be the Denver steak. I just made a video on it and I posted it yesterday. You guys can go check it out. It's you can usually find it at most stores now. They're in the chuck eye roast, or the chuck roast, where the chuck eye steak is below, and on top is the Denver steak. Some butchers will cut it for you, and yeah. Do I do most of the cooking? Not most of the cooking, but I do cook often. You did one of the recipes of the Denver steak. That's awesome. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Cool. Okay. What food do I most recommend? It depends, because it really depends, really. I'm not sure. I would say, like, just because a steak is inexpensive doesn't mean it's bad. Like, the Denver steak, it's, like, half the price of a ribeye, and it's, like, sometimes even a third of the price, and it's so tender and delicious. How did I prep the salmon? Okay, I'm going to go over it one more time, or a few more times, actually, during the duration of this live. Just because I know, like, some people are going to be joining, and I don't want you guys to miss it out. So, I'm going to take some rice, okay? I'm going to press it together like so. So, I'm going to squeeze, and kind of with my thumb, just... Okay, you got something like this, right? I'm going to rinse all the rice off my hands. This is optional. The next step is optional. You're going to take your salmon. That's not optional. Or you can switch it out with tuna. Okay. I'm going to grab salmon. Put it on your hand like so. This part is optional. Uh-oh. Okay. Sorry. We're back. Life kind of froze. Okay. Salmon. Wasabi. Optional, of course. Because not a lot of people like wasabi. Also, this isn't real wasabi. This is just like... most wasabis are just horseradish that's dyed. It has like 1% of wasabi in it, so wasabi is expensive. And then press it again, form it. There you have it. You want to eat it immediately, so you grab your rice like so, dip fish side down, and enjoy. Hello. Okay. Yeah, and that's how you prepare it, basically. I'll go over it like 1 or 2 more times before I end the live, but yeah. Yeah. Real wasabi comes from a root. You'd have to like grind it with like a traditionally, I think it's like a shark skin grater that they like kind of grade, and wasabi kind of loses its pungency like literally minutes. As soon as you grind it, you have to like eat it. That's why like authentic like sushi has to be eaten right away as well. Mexican grapefruit soda. It says made in Mexico. Should I launch merch? I don't know, guys. Should I launch merch? Yeah, real wasabi is very expensive. I think it's like more than $100 for a root, and the roots aren't that big. But I mean, if you want quality sushi and like you can afford the $100 wasabi, I mean, go for it. But regular wasabi will work just fine for this recipe. Just because, you know, not a lot of people are gonna want to spend $100+ on some wasabi. And then you need to get the shark skin grater. So, yeah. That's why, for stuff like that, I would just use regular wasabi. Yeah. Yeah, I would just use regular wasabi. Do I wash or rinse my salmon? No, I just pat it dry with paper towels. Like, honestly, I don't wash my chicken or any of that, or steak or anything. Like, I know a lot of people do that, but I just don't see a difference in it. And plus, when you wash it in the sink, and especially if you're having water splatter, sorry. Yeah, especially if you're having water splatter everywhere, you're really gonna have like salmonella or whatever bacteria the chicken or the fish have. Yeah, it's gonna get all over the place, and you really don't want that. So, yeah. Real wasabi is expensive, for sure. But yeah, I'm gonna show you guys how to do it one more time. Just for those of you that are just joining. So I kind of wet my hands a little bit, just so the rice doesn't stick. Grab a little bit of rice, pop it on my hand. Now, I have to like kind of squeeze like so, kind of with your thumb, press it down. Squeeze and press down. You want to really make the rice nice and compact, make it stick together. A piece of fish. You can add wasabi too to the fish. A little bit of wasabi on there. And form it. And there you go. Salmon nigiri. Again, dip fish side down. Absolutely amazing. It's such a simple recipe, yet so delicious. And then you can like serve it here. Okay. But I mean, yeah, if you guys have any questions on cooking, let me know. I'm gonna just go ahead and wipe off like out of this rice that we have here. The little mess that I've created. Yeah. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I'm gonna read through the comments right now. What spices? I don't use any spices for this. For the rice, It's just rice vinegar, salt, and a little bit of sugar to cut the acidity. But yeah. It's like really simple ingredients. It's just the quality of the product. Yeah, anytime. It's the quality of the product and how you prepare it. It's all about technique, really. For sushi, it's not like especially nigiri, it's not like, oh, I'm gonna use specific spices in this. It's where you source your product, like how fresh your fish is, or how is your rice cooked properly, and then how to form it properly. And, you know, with sushi is an art, basically, in my opinion. It's an art. Hey, if you guys can all do me a favor and click the like button. For me, it's up here, but I don't know. I think for you guys, it's like down there. Somewhere down here. So if you guys can like help me out and click the like button, that would be greatly appreciated. Yeah. Yeah, let me know if you guys have any more questions on cooking. Yeah. Definitely gonna have a video on this soon, so stay tuned for that. I mean, yeah, this is great. I guess we can have this piece of sashimi. Cheers. Do I use an air fryer? Yes, for some recipes, not like all the time. Am I gonna make more sushi in the future? I would like to, but let me know if you guys like want more sushi recipes. Definitely, you know, yeah. Like, let me know in the comments, like, what you guys want to see. Like, you guys want to see more steak videos? You guys want to see more sushi videos? More chicken videos? Let me know. Vegetarian options. Yeah, let me know. If you guys have any questions on cooking, I'll try to answer a lot of them, so just let me know. Just taste testing the rice, making sure it's good. How did I learn how to cook? YouTube. YouTube can teach you everything, but yeah, I mean, it's kind of watch people cook, watch family members cook. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna show you guys how to, if you just joined, how to make the salmon nigiri. Real quickly, so again, press, press, press. Kind of doing it off to the side so it falls in the bowl. Like this. We gotta cut our fish, so cut a piece of fish. We'll cut it against the grain at an angle. Okay. Kind of press it on there. Uh-oh. Piece of salmon broke off. Okay. And we got something like this. Cheers. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and discard this. And, yeah. So we've been live for a little over 40 minutes. Let me know if you guys want to see anything else on videos. This is grapefruit soda, by the way. It's sad it's made in Mexico. The glass bottles. But, yeah. I think I'll open a restaurant in the future. Not sure, but we'll see. Maybe, maybe not. Yeah, we'll see. Well, anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and end the live shortly, maybe in like 5 minutes or so. But any last minute questions you guys have on cooking, feel free to just put them in the chat. And yeah. And if not, you guys can follow me on Instagram. You guys can DM me there. Any questions you guys have about any recipes or any suggestions. You guys, so the link is on my about on my channel. So my channel about. Yeah. Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and just end the live here. Thank you all so much for watching. We made salmon nigiri. So yeah. Yeah, hope everyone has a wonderful day. And yeah, thank you so much. Okay, bye everybody. Have a nice day.